A couple of break-ins just minutes apart at two Sarasota banks, why deputies are looking into a possible connection. Plus, a coastal hazard issued for Sarasota, why red tide could ruin your Father's Day plans. And a big day for baseball as the Braves open season ticket sales for their inaugural Suncoast spring training season. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6:30.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, a surprise visitor to one of our local beaches. Wearing a blue dress shirt and some brown leather shoes, atypical of a walk on the beach, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio coming to see what's left of Lido Beach's eroding shoreline. Just days earlier, Rubio and fellow Senator Bill Nelson helped secure more than $13 million in federal funding for the city's restoration efforts. Sarasota is one of 9 projects in Florida to receive funding from the Army Corps of Engineers 2018 work plan. And Rubio admitting his first trip to Lido was a shock.
I've never seen erosion like this. I mean, I've seen bad erosion, and perhaps, you know, this was a unique moment, but this is pretty dramatic. I mean, it's about as bad as you can possibly get at time. If you see where the water comes at high tide, there's no beach.
We're turning the corner now from crisis management, storm to storm, and rebounding from storms, to being ahead of the curve, proactive, long-range strategies and solutions.
City leaders say the federal funds will allow them to begin long-term efforts to restore Lido's shoreline. The Army Corps plans to dredge sand from Big Pass, and it has long been opposed by Siesta Key residents concerned it could affect their shoreline to the south. A coastal hazard has been issued by the National Weather Service for beaches along the Sarasota coast due to red tide. Respiratory irritation is possible for people visiting area beaches over the next few days. That means a possible change in plans for locals and visitors thinking of taking Dad to the beach for Father's Day tomorrow. On Friday, we spoke with an employee at Beachside Villas who say they are already noticing some of those respiratory effects.
We've been getting a couple calls regarding canceling reservations about the red tide. People are concerned about the germs in the water. From what we know, there's no immediate concern.
This coastal hazard is in effect through Sunday night at beaches along the Sarasota coast. And for a little more on that and our local weather, let's head over to Wendy Ross back for our first alert weather forecast tonight. Wendy.
Hello, Adam. We're first going to show you where the areas of concentration are, and you can see them here on the map. And the areas in orange are showing a medium concentration, and then we have lesser amounts. As you can see, we don't have any red anywhere now showing up. However, one of the things that I do want to make you aware of is that you can go to Mote Marine's site, and you will be able to find the information that you need by going to this site, and you'll be able to see whatever beach you want to go to, a list of information that Mote Marine puts out, and that's talking about whether there are dead fish or what the respiratory conditions are like, and this might be a really good help for you as you're making decisions tomorrow as to which beach you want to head out to. So that might be a good idea for you to go, and we do have that site linked on our Suncoast, mysuncoast.com. You'll be able to go there, visitbeaches.com, I believe is what it is, but go there just to make sure. In the meantime, we don't have any showers along the west coast of Florida right now. All of our rain is over the central part of the state, moving off towards the east. We did have some showers earlier in the day, but most of those have dissipated, and we are left with partly cloudy skies right now with a few showers well inland. Temperatures at this hour in the 80s and 90s still, so it's very hot out there, just slightly cooler at the beaches. And if you are heading out the door, just keep in mind there's plenty of sunshine, 87 degrees, our humidity at 69%, and the winds are coming in right off the Gulf at around 8 miles per hour. So for the rest of tonight, we are expecting to see those temperatures staying nice and hot all the way through till 9 o'clock, 84 degrees, and then we're going to lower those temperatures after midnight into the upper 70s, but the rain is going to be very spotty, if any, for the rest of tonight. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Well, the Atlanta Braves are getting ready for their move to Northport. Local fans also ready for that team's inaugural spring training full season in Sarasota County. ABC 7's Erica Jackson shows us why some already have Braves fever this weekend, even though the team still has one more year at its current facility in Orlando.
Good evening. The Atlanta Braves' first spring training season here in Northport won't be until 2020, but hundreds of fans are one step closer to stepping foot in the team's new stadium now that they've put down a deposit on season tickets. 73,000 fans are expected to visit the stadium in 2020, and nearly a quarter of those fans are expected to come from out of state. Northport's West Villages district projects those visitors will spend more than $6 million in the community each season. But some locals are concerned with the increase of visitors coming to the area.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to bring a lot more traffic, and there's going to have to be some more roads being built to accommodate all the extra folks coming in during that time.
We're going to be really proud to have them down here because they are America's team.
Coming up tonight on ABC 7 News at 11, we'll share how the Braves are working with government officials to prepare for the increase of traffic in the area. Reporting in Northport, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Erica, thank you very much, and we look forward to that later tonight. Well, right now an investigation is underway in Sarasota. That's after not one, but two banks were broken into on the same street. Take a look at these two photos released by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office showing both of the front doors of those banks smashed, glass covering the ground. That first burglary taking place at 4:55 this morning, an alarm alerting authorities on the PNC Bank on Fruitville Road. Then just minutes later, they were called to the Bank of America, also located on Fruitville Road in Sarasota. One person is in custody, but no other details have been given at this time. Now the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is looking into whether or not these two crimes may be connected. If you saw anything or have information that could help investigators, you are asked to contact Sarasota County Crime Stoppers. In an effort to reveal any missteps which could have prevented the Parkland tragedy, parents of the 17 victims are suing a health facility which treated accused gunman Nicholas Cruz to obtain his private mental health records. The company says it supports release of the records but needs a judge to allow it. Health records are generally covered by state and federal privacy laws but can be released in criminal and civil court cases. Prosecutors and defense attorneys in Cruz's criminal case have already obtained those records, but they have not been released to the public. Months after that school shooting in Parkland, Florida, chain reaction has been sparked for tightened school security across the nation and here on the Suncoast. Student survivors are taking their message in support of gun control on the road, as Diane Gallagher shows us the March for Our Lives tour kicking off today in Chicago.
I say, how y'all doing, Chicago? Bringing their brand of activism and all the crowds and cameras that come with it to the south side of Chicago.
Everyone from Parkland is so grateful to be here with you today. We're so grateful to fight with you, stand with you, rally with you.
Announced earlier this month back in Florida, the students from Parkland officially kicked off their next movement, a 75-stop cross-country political action summer tour and voter registration drive. The Parkland teens taking a bit of a back seat at the first summer stop, the Chicago Strong Rally and St. Sabina Academy Peace March, instead choosing to shine their spotlight on the Windy City's youth movements, which have struggled to garner the same kind of attention.
I've been fighting for anti-violence for probably 8 or 9 years now, and we did a press conference, and we literally had no press at all. And to see that Parkland got the press and they allowed us to use their platform to spread our message of everyday shootings, because they've been happening for so long and so often, and majority of the times the media here has become content with it, as well as the community here has become content with the violence.
Manuel Oliver, whose son Joaquin was one of 17 murdered at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, used art, paint, and a hammer to advocate for nationwide gun reform. As the city's young activists delivered fiery speeches, the young people here today saying these are the first steps.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
On their unified road,
we're coming for you,
that they believe will end in change.
The kids are done sitting at the kiddie table. It's now the adults' turn to sit there and we stand up.
Well, inspected just hours before, state investigators are searching for answers after a Daytona Beach roller coaster fell off of its tracks nearly 35 feet above the ground is how that accident happened. Passengers strapped inside the Sandblaster roller coaster and fearing for their lives. 2 people thrown from their seats.
Something just was not right. It was shaking us side to side. We're about halfway down, and that's when the cart started falling off.
A total of 9 people had to be rushed to the hospital earlier that day. State inspectors gave the ride a passing grade, saying it was, quote, in compliance with state law. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Communications Director responding to the incident on Friday, saying, quote, we have launched an investigation to determine the cause of the accident, and anyone who should be held accountable will be held accountable. It was the end of an era in Jacksonville, Florida earlier today. 2 iconic cooling towers coming down in a controlled implosion. Those towers have been part of the Jacksonville skyline since the 1980s, and just a spectacular view as they come down. 1,500 pounds of dynamite used to create that blast. The dynamite was placed in nearly 4,000 holes all over those towers. At least 2 miles of detonation cables had to be used, and a Florida local paid a whopping $6,000 for the privilege of pushing the plunger to begin that implosion. Probably well worth it, in my opinion. Well, a reminder, if you haven't made any plans for Father's Day just yet, you might want to get on it. Dad's big day is tomorrow, but even so, some here on the Suncoast are already spending time showing Dad how much they care. Take a look as runners kicking up sand as they work to keep Dad fit for his big day. Has Dad put on a couple extra pounds? The 2018 Great Father's Day race on Siesta Beach may have been just the thing that he needed.
We came out today to support each other in keeping fit. It's a great way to start Father's Day, and my husband and I have been training for this for about a couple of months, so it was a great experience and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, got to work on those dad bods, right? Well, still looking for something to do with Dad tomorrow. Here's a few of our own ideas. You can take your dad to his favorite restaurant, maybe hit up some local breweries, go see a movie, find an arcade, or maybe test your skills at some of our local driving ranges or batting cages, which I'm sure came to play when you were younger. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, why a challenge is being issued against the state's decision to ban college campuses as early voting sites, and what you need to know if you are a Wells Fargo banking customer.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama black belt adventure today.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
The state is asking a federal judge to put a recently filed lawsuit on hold. It challenges the state's decision to ban college campuses as early voting sites. The League of Women Voters and several college students sued the Secretary of State in federal court, but attorneys argued in court that the suit belongs in state court. They asked a U.S. judge to place a stay on that lawsuit or completely dismiss it. A follow-up now on a consumer alert we told you about yesterday. Wells Fargo customers should no longer have any problems using their debit cards. That's after the company experienced a massive outage on Friday that impacted thousands of their customers. On Twitter, Wells Fargo saying today that it has fixed the problem. However, you will want to keep an eye on your account, as some customers have reported seeing double purchase charges on those accounts as a result. The company says it is working on a fix. Efforts to restore shellfish to Sarasota Bay are now underway. Earlier today, Sarasota Bay Watch and Mote Marine Lab working together to release nearly 30,000 clams into our local waters. This is the fourth of 7 different releases this summer, with clams that have been specially farmed at Pine Island for the project. This comes after the bay's water quality has improved in recent years from the use of wastewater systems. The president of the Sarasota Bay Watch says he is hopeful that this release will help future issues with red tide.
Clams like we're doing today, native clams, are resistant to red tide. And so when red tide comes in from the Gulf of Mexico, if we had thriving clam populations here in the bay, they would help consume the red tide and reduce the red tide effects here in the bay.
Sarasota Bay Watch workers are hopeful that this restoration project will be a success. And yes, it's that environment working together, the living organisms, the water quality. Also, I think some restaurant owners were pretty interested. They're talking about sustainable seafood. That's a big theme of this as well, finding sustainable seafood, maybe getting it back into our local waters.
That's fantastic. And do they have a deadline as to when they expect all of this to
I think it's all just
results?
kind of an ongoing case study. You know, I know they've introduced some farm-raised snook. They're trying this, you know, these farm-raised organisms, seeing if they'll last in the local waters.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. It was a great day today. You know, we were expecting to see a few more showers around, but it really didn't materialize so much. Most of the rains developed well east of I-75, but we did see some scattered showers, and we had periods of clouds and periods of rain and lots of sunshine, but not as much rain as we thought we might have seen for today. As a matter of fact, we're still looking at mostly fair skies along our coastline along the west coast of Florida. All the clouds are over here along the northeastern coastline, and that's where the rain is right now. The showers from Orlando heading on over towards the east, and nothing has been flaring up in the last hour or so along the west coast, our coast, of the Sun Coast, over the past couple of hours. So things have been quiet for us. Anything that we may see develop are going to be taking place mostly over the interior part of the state and not so much along the coastline. So we're going to be quiet for another couple of hours. Now here's a scary picture. This is the enhanced satellite view of Invest 91. This is in the area of the Yucatan Peninsula, and this is where Alberto formed back over the Memorial Weekend, was right around this area, only Alberto made a beeline for Florida, whereas this system is moving towards the northwest. So we're seeing some of this infrared area shots of where the system is. It has now moved just to the north of the Yucatan Peninsula, and there is a 20% chance that it could develop over the next 48-hour period and also over the next 5 days. It appears as though that's going to happen, but it looks as though where it's going to end up is going to be mostly around Texas and Louisiana, so it appears as though it is moving away from our coastline, which is great news for us. We're going to be seeing some cloudy weather developing over the next overnight time period, next several hours, and then we're going to see fair skies along the west coast of Florida, down around Fort Myers. We could see some showers, but the wet weather is going to be well out over the central Gulf of Mexico, and again, Louisiana and Texas will be affected, not so much our area, and even the cloud cover is not going to be quite as thick as this whole system moves off towards the northwest. So we're going to be seeing some rain showers developing down to our south. During the morning hours tomorrow, it's going to be just fine. All the way until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll start to get the showers developing along the east coast and moving to the west coast. That's a typical summer-like pattern, and that's when it's going to happen on Sunday. And then for Monday, we'll see better chances of rain as those showers form on the east coast and move over to the west coast. 91 was our daytime high after an overnight low of 75. And of course, we're looking at temperatures now that are still in the 90s for some locations, especially if you get away from the beaches, upper 80s along the beaches. But it feels a whole lot hotter than that. As you can see, our feels-like temperatures are close to 100 degrees in some places along the Sun Coast. So just keep that in mind. It's not that hot, of course, but we are going to continue to see our temperatures back up to around 90 degrees over the next couple of days. Only a 30% chance of showers during the latter part of the day on Sunday, going into the overnight time period on Monday. Our best chance of rain is going to be on Monday, and then we lower those chances as drier air moves on in starting on Tuesday through next weekend. Adam?
Now, sports.
Well, the Rays have struggled this season, but especially in Yankee Stadium, where they have won just 4 of their 21 games against New York this season. Entering today's game, Rays rookie Ryan Yarbrough in for some early middle relief. And in the 5th inning, Giancarlo Stanton takes him deep to left field to extend the Yankee lead to 3-0. Very next batter is Gary Sanchez, a 1-2 count, and he gets his hands to that inside fastball, lifts it to center, up and gone, and Yarbrough would not survive the inning. In the 8th, Matt Duffy finally gets the Rays on the board with a home run. It ends a 19-inning scoring drought going back 2 games. The Yankee starter Luis Severino striking out 9, and the Yankees beat the Rays 4-1. Phil Mickelson's frustrations getting the best of him at the U.S. Open today. His bogey putt on the 13th green running past the cup. And then watch as Mickelson runs over and swats it back towards the hole while the ball is still moving. The resulting 2-stroke penalty left him with a sextuple bogey on 10. That is 10 over on the round. Lionel Messi and Argentina finding themselves in an unexpected World Cup thriller with Iceland today. Argentina drawing first blood, Sergio Aguero capitalizing close to the goal. That's his first World Cup goal, and it comes in the 19th minute. But Iceland would respond on a fortuitous rebound, and the game is tied at 1. Now Lionel Messi could gain the lead with a penalty kick here. But watch as Hans Haldorsson, the goaltender, makes the play of the game. Iceland hanging on for a 1-1 tie against Argentina. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. And you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Are you a Christian author with a book that you're ready to share with the world but need a publisher? Christian Faith Publishing, America's largest Christian publisher, cuts through the confusion. We'll handle all the complicated publishing issues like copyrights, barcodes, royalties, digital conversions, and more. We publish all types of books and will place your book for sale at all major booksellers like Amazon, Apple, Google, and Barnes & Noble, offering it to millions.
Call for your free author submission kit at 1-800-954-0732.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
We'll take a look at this. A gator not too happy to be removed from a swimming pool near Port St. Lucie. That baby gator found floating inside the pool by the homeowner who contacted Animal Services. And according to Animal Services, they took that baby gator back to a more appropriate body of water. Oh, look at him shoot out of there.
They
Couldn't
move
wait
fast.
to get out of captivity.
That's the thing. They move so fast. That's the thing that just shocks
They sure
you.
do on land.
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't misunderstand. They're so active this time of year, too.
Oh, yeah.
We keep seeing this.
I know. Over and over.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves him green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.